to take you to trip and the country of your dreams. The people in Calgary's trip are
Edwin Mesa Serna,
Jairo Ventura Morales,
Isaí Chila Nestosa,
Daniel César Flores.
and Julio Rodrigo Peniche Leal and a server. Ladies and gentlemen, we went to Trosin, Finland.
Finland is known to be the happiest country in the world, but it was one of the poorest countries in the world. At that time, Finland was living of poverty to the events that caused the wars, in which the Finns were greatly affected. The Finnish migrant started in the 70s, but finally in the 90s it took a lot of force, and that was because it was to the many factors for the thing continue with the generous of the state. Generous measure the degree of benefit and services as well as social ones that help people live and livelihood without on the maker. The government's welfare state supports areas with poverty in the favor of this. The strategy consists of the providing equality to citizens by satisfying basic needs, promoting equal opportunities and the equitable distribution of wealth.
The generosity of the welfare state of the Finnish government is due to all the reforms and changes that took place in the educational and social policy of the country. That means that this generosity reaches all Finnish people. In the health field, there is the side that the Finnish government covers the expenses of the babies, and at the same time gives them a fairly complete pantry. What is pantry? It is a set of food stored in a place that is kept in anticipation of some time, of the feeding and in care of each baby. And in many cases, the government provides them the money for parents to decide how to spend it. Another important factor in health field is that the mother of the babies has permission to miss work for months after pregnancy, and the father has leave for 2 months. This makes parents take responsibility and take care of their child.
The change in the way of thinking of the Finns is what has helped to improve the quality of life in that country, since they began by improving or removing the things that were necessary for the good development of the people of Finland. Today, in Finland, there are many different types of social supports that help improve the quality of life of the people of that country, such as old age and unemployment insurance. These insurances are a kind of support to cover the need of the person who is benefit with that government support in case they need medical help in their old age or they need some financial help to cope with unemployment. And to make it clear, insurance is a kind of contract in which the government or some private organization agrees to cover the expenses of the incident or the problem that the contract covers.
Until less than 100 years ago, Finland was considered one of the most backward countries in the field of education, not only in Europe, but in the world in general, and today are a reference of education in the world, and by of many. How did they this? By applying a program called Peruskoulu. What it's about and how they do it? The Peruskoulu model is about totally free primary and secondary education, including the enrollment, and making this an obligation, not a right, like here in Latin America. This was possible thanks to for a government is responsible for paying in the full education of each and every one of the inhabitants. The teacher has a very important role to play. This model was implemented in the 70s, and by the end of the 90s, they had really been blessed to at the bottom of basic education.
This is understood to mean that in the Northern or Scandinavian model, everything has to be equal, has to be very well budgeted, and guarantees that in the future there will also be a good investment. This indicates to us that Finland has done a great job and that over time it has structured its ideas, and the result is a historic record of success. Perhaps the clearest examples that innovation, competitiveness, and full employment are not at odds with distribute, solidarity, family and professional reconciliation, respect for the environment, social benefits, or education, and health that border on excellence and particularly onerous pensions. But they are also the champion of structural and permanent reforms, which are essential to consolidate their systems. They are in their DNA because they enjoy the approval of their civil societies.
We hope this information has helped for you and that you like it. We send a greeting from Mexico and hope to see you soon. Thank you.